Breaking: Israeli stealth strike penetrates Syria. 12 F-35I Adir fighters. 1:47 a.m. operation begins. Iranian weapons facilities targeted. Sky front has complete coverage. This is largest F-35 combat mission. Israeli Air Force demonstrates dominance. Syrian air defenses activate. S-300 Pantsir Buck systems. 47 missiles launched. 0 hits achieved. Stealth technology proves invincible. 8 targets destroyed. $180 million Iranian losses. Complete tactical victory. Mission planning extraordinary. Intelligence gathering months. Mossad operations. Satellite surveillance. Signal intercepts. Human sources. Everything integrated. Target identification precise. Weapons storage. Damascus suburbs. Command centers. Homs region. Iranian Revolutionary Guard positions. Missile production facilities. Air defense installations. Everything mapped. Strike package assembled. Sky front documents preparation. F-35I Adir Israeli variant. American design. Israeli modifications. Advanced avionics. Enhanced weapons. Specialized systems. Electronic warfare upgraded. Most capable F-35. Combat proven repeatedly. Tonight, largest mission. 12 aircraft launched. Nevatim Air Base. Ramon Air Base. Hatzarim Air Base. 3 locations. Coordinated departure. 1:31 a.m. Wheels up. Formation assembly. Electronic warfare aircraft supporting. Boeing aircraft. Gulfstream platforms. Jamming systems active. Communications intercepted. Radars degraded. Syrian situational awareness compromised. Sky front tracks force package. Flight path calculated. Mediterranean approach. Lebanese airspace avoided. Direct Syrian penetration. Altitude 12,000 feet. Speed subsonic. Stealth profile maintained. Radar cross-section minimal. Detection extremely difficult. Syrian early warning struggling. Russian advisors monitoring. Nothing detected initially. Israeli formation ghost-like. Advanced technology working. Syrian Air Defense Headquarters, Damascus. Situation room staffed. Russian technicians present. Radar screens mostly clear. Some anomalies noted. Electronic interference suspected. Israeli jamming effective. But complacency dangerous. Alert level raised. S-300 batteries activated. Pantsir systems ready. Buck launchers prepared. Fighter aircraft scrambled. 2 MiG-29 launched. Syrian pilots experienced. Russian trained. Limited capability. Skyfront observes defensive preparation. Most vulnerable Syrian asset? A. Weapons depots. B. Command centers. C. Air defenses. Comment choice. First target Damascus suburbs. Underground weapons storage. Iranian missiles, precision-guided munitions, drone components, everything valuable. Intelligence confirmed. Satellite imagery verified. Human sources reliable. Strike authorization given. 2 F-35I assigned. GBU-31 JDAM selected. 2,000-pound warheads. GPS guidance, precision strike, release altitude 10,000 feet, distance 8 kilometers. Syrian S-300 suddenly active. Radar emissions detected. Israeli F-35 warning systems. Threat assessment immediate, but stealth holding. No radar lock achieved. Syrian operators frustrated. Targets disappearing, reappearing randomly. Tracking impossible. Missile launch attempted anyway. Desperation shot. SA-21 Growler missile. S-300 PMU-2 variant. Russian export model. Advanced capability but requires target lock. None achieved. Missile flies ballistic. Proximity fuse detonates harmlessly. Israeli F-35 unaffected. Mission continues. Skyfront documents failed interception. GBU-31 bombs released. 1:52 a.m. impact. Underground facility penetrated. Bunker buster capability delayed fuse. Detonation inside. Massive explosion. Secondary detonations. Stored munitions. Chain reaction. Entire complex destroyed. Crater 40 meters. Depth 15 meters. Complete destruction. Iranian losses significant. Missiles destroyed, drones eliminated, guidance systems wrecked, electronics ruined. Estimated value $45 million. Single strike. Sky front calculates impact. Syrian Pantsir systems engage. Shorter range. Better tracking. 8 systems firing, multiple targets. Israeli F-35s detected possibly. Infrared signatures, engine heat. Missile launches, 14 missiles total. Tracking attempts. Israeli countermeasures, electronic warfare. Decoy flares, towed decoys, everything deployed. Pantsir missiles confused. Guidance degraded, tracking lost. All missiles miss. Minimum separation 3 kilometers. Maximum 5 kilometers. No danger. Syrian frustration mounting. Russian advisors angry. Technology failing. Training inadequate. Coordination poor. Israeli superiority overwhelming. Sky front observes technological gap. Second target Homs region. Iranian Revolutionary Guard headquarters. Command facility. Communication center. Coordination hub. Intelligence confirmed. Construction recent. Russian assistance, hardened structure but vulnerable. 3 F-35I assigned. GBU-39 small diameter bombs. 12 bombs total, 250 pounds each. Precision guidance, multiple aim points. Building systematically targeted. Release 2:04 a.m. Bombs tracking perfectly. Syrian systems engage. Medium range. SA-17 Grizzly. Older technology. Soviet-era design. Syrian-operated, limited capability, 6 missiles launched. Radar tracking attempted. Israeli jamming effective, lock impossible. Missiles ballistic flight, proximity detonation, 3 kilometers minimum. Israeli aircraft safe. Bombs impact target. 2:06 a.m. 12 explosions. Precision strikes. Roof penetration. Internal detonation. Building collapse. Command staff casualties. Iranian officers killed. Syrian liaison eliminated. Communication equipment destroyed. Coordination capability eliminated. Operational hub neutralized. Estimated loss 25 million. Personnel irreplaceable. Sky front documents surgical strike. Wait. New information just in. Syrian MiG-29 attempting intercept. 2 aircraft airborne. Vectored toward Israeli formation. Syrian ground control. Russian advisors directing. Intercept course calculated. But Israeli awareness complete. Electronic surveillance. Every communication intercepted. Every radar tracked. Every movement known. Syrian surprise impossible. Israeli F-35 pilots aware. Tactical adjustment. Formation split. Altitude change. Course deviation. Syrian MiGs confused. Target information degraded. Radar contact lost. Visual search impossible. Night conditions, cloud cover. Israeli stealth. Everything impossible. Syrian pilots frustrated. Fuel consuming. Time wasting. Mission failing. Return to base. 2:19 a.m. landing. Intercept failed. Sky front tracks futility. Third target missile production facility. Masyaf area. Iranian ballistic missiles. Precision components. Guidance systems. Manufacturing equipment. Intelligence priority. Mossad tracking months. Satellite surveillance constant. Activity patterns known. Personnel identified. Everything documented. Strike authorized. 2 F-35I assigned. GBU-31 bombs. Penetration capability. Manufacturing requires hardened facility. Underground partially. Surface structures vulnerable. Bombs released 2:17 a.m. Syrian S-300 fires again. Desperation evident. 4 missiles launched. Radar sweeping constantly. Detection attempts continuous. Israeli jamming overwhelming. Tracking impossible. Missiles fly randomly. Detonation distance safe. Israeli formation unaffected. Bombs impact precisely. Manufacturing facility destroyed. Equipment wrecked. Personnel casualties. Production stopped. Iranian investment lost. Estimated 35 million. Missile program delayed. Sky front assesses strategic damage. 4th through 8th targets. Various locations. Ammunition depots. Vehicle storage. drone facilities, command posts, logistics hubs, everything Iranian, everything valuable, everything vulnerable. Israeli F-35s, systematic. Target prosecution perfect, weapons delivery precise, damage assessment real-time, intelligence feedback, battle damage indication, success confirmation, mission adjustment, flexibility maintained, professional execution, Syrian defenses continuing, Pantsir systems firing, Book batteries launching, S-300 attempting, everything failing, 47 missiles total, Syrian reports later, 0 Israeli casualties, 0 aircraft damaged, complete defensive failure, Russian technology questioned, export credibility damaged, Syrian confidence shattered, sky front documents humiliation. What is F-35 radar cross-section? A. 0.001 square meters, B. 0.001 square meters, C. 5 square meters. Answer coming. Mission completion soon. 47 a.m. 8 targets struck. All objectives achieved. Weapons storage destroyed. Command centers eliminated. Production facilities wrecked. Iranian presence degraded. Syrian capability reduced. Russian prestige damaged. Israeli dominance demonstrated. All F-35 returned safely. No damage, no casualties. Perfect mission. Nevatim Air Base, Ramon Air Base, Hatsarim Air Base. Landing sequence 3:12 a.m. Pilots debriefed, intelligence assessed, video reviewed. Success confirmed. Champagne opened, celebration earned. Skyfront witnesses triumph. Does this escalate regional conflict? Comment Y or N. Iranian losses catastrophic. Weapons worth 45 million. Command facility 25 million. Missile production 35 million. Various depots 30 million. Personnel casualties, officers killed. Technicians eliminated, advisors lost. Infrastructure destroyed. Investment wasted. Years of work. Months of planning, everything destroyed. Single night, 12 aircraft, 2 hours. Iranian Revolutionary Guard furious. Retaliation demanded. Options limited. Israeli superiority obvious. Direct confrontation suicidal. Proxy warfare continuing. Hezbollah operations. Hamas coordination. Syrian presence. Everything continuing, but cautiously. Israeli capability respected. Skyfront monitors Iranian response. Syrian air defense failure complete. S-300 ineffective. Pantsir unsuccessful. Book useless. Fighters irrelevant. Everything failed. Russian advisors embarrassed. Technology questioned. Training criticized. Doctrine reviewed. Investment reconsidered. Billions spent. 0 results. Israeli penetration complete. Syrian sovereignty violated. Russian guarantees worthless. Assad regime humiliated. Iranian allies disappointed. Everything failing. Pressure mounting. Changes demanded. Skyfront documents crisis. Russian response delicate. Technology reputation critical. Export market valuable. Syrian failure damaging. S-300 supposed invincible. Marketing claims. Reality different. Israeli F-35 dominance. Stealth technology superior. Electronic warfare advanced. Pilot training excellent. Everything better. Russian excuses needed. Syrian operators blamed. Training insufficient claimed. Proper employment lacking. Technology fine allegedly. Operators failed supposedly. Pattern familiar. Failures never Russian. Always local forces. Skyfront recognizes propaganda. Israeli tactical analysis. Mission planning brilliant. Intelligence comprehensive. Target selection perfect. Timing calculated. Weather considered. Defenses mapped. Everything known. Execution flawless. Coordination seamless. Weapon delivery precise. Damage assessment real-time. Flexibility maintained. Contingencies prepared. Nothing left to chance. Professional excellence. Years of experience. Continuous operations. Lessons learned. Doctrine refined. Capability unmatched. Skyfront acknowledges mastery. F-35I performance exceptional. Stealth maintained throughout. Detection minimal. Tracking impossible. Targeting denied. Missile launches survived. Electronic warfare effective. Communications secure. Coordination perfect. Weapons delivery accurate. All aircraft survived. Perfect mission record. Technology validation complete. Lockheed Martin vindicated. Israeli modifications proven. Integration successful. Operational capability maximum. Export potential confirmed. Other nations watching. Orders possible. Sky front reports implications. Regional power balance. Israeli air superiority absolute. Syrian airspace Israeli controlled. Iranian presence vulnerable. Russian protection inadequate. Lebanese Hezbollah exposed. Iranian proxies threatened. Deterrence established. Escalation capability demonstrated. Regional actors noting. Calculations adjusting. Risk assessment changed. Israeli capability respected. Aggression reconsidered. Sky front documents strategic shift. If you follow Israeli air operations, type Sky front. Syrian reconstruction impossible. Air defenses defeated. Israeli penetration proven. Iranian facilities vulnerable. Everything exposed. Replacement difficult. Russian support limited. Economic constraints. International sanctions. Corruption rampant. Rebuilding slow. Israeli strikes continuing. Pressure maintained. Attrition warfare. Strategic exhaustion. Syrian regime weakening. Iranian investment questioned. Russian commitment doubtful. Everything uncertain. Sky front monitors deterioration. International implications. NATO watching closely. F-35 performance noted. Stealth capability confirmed. Multinational program validated. Investment justified. Production continuing. Orders increasing. Waiting lists growing. Israeli success. Program success. American technology. Global dominance. Export potential. Economic benefits. Strategic advantages. Everything positive. Russian technology questioned. Export market threatened. Credibility damaged. Sales declining. Customers reconsidering. Revenue falling. Industrial problems. Strategic concerns. Sky front tracks market shift. Iranian strategic dilemma. Syrian presence costly. Israeli strikes constant. Losses mounting. Investment questioned. Domestic criticism. Revolutionary Guard. Hardliners demanding. Moderates questioning. Resources limited. Economic sanctions. COVID impact. Popular unrest. Everything stressed. Syrian commitment. Strategic value. Regional influence versus costs. Military losses. Economic drain. Political pressure. Calculation difficult. Sky front observes uncertainty. F-35 radar cross-section quiz answer. Classified actually. Estimates 0.05 square meters. Option C likely. Actual performance classified. Tonight demonstrated. Detection extremely difficult. Tracking nearly impossible. Targeting denied. Missile launches failed. Technology works. Stealth real. Marketing accurate. Performance validated. Sky front confirms capability. What happens next? Israeli operations continuing. Intelligence gathering ongoing. Target list extensive. Iranian facilities numerous. Syrian presence widespread. Everything vulnerable. Strike capability proven. Political will present. International support adequate. Constraints minimal. Operations continuing. Iranian adaptation attempted. Dispersal tactics. Underground construction. Camouflage efforts. Deception operations. Everything tried. Israeli intelligence superior. Satellite coverage. Signal intercepts. Human sources. Everything penetrated. Nowhere safe. Syrian air defense upgrading. More systems requested. Russian support sought. Training improved. Tactics refined. Coordination enhanced. Everything attempted. Israeli technology superior. Continuous evolution. Lessons learned. Capabilities enhanced. Gap widening. Sky front predicts continuation. Will strikes escalate. Possible certainly. Israeli concerns. Iranian nuclear program. Missile development. Drone production. Regional presence. Everything monitored, red lines established, violations detected, response guaranteed, larger strikes possible, strategic targets, nuclear facilities, leadership compounds, everything considered. Capabilities exist, will present, opportunity created, sky-front monitors carefully. Who controls Syrian airspace? Israeli clearly. Penetration at will, targets struck, forces survive, defenses ineffective, opposition minimal, sovereignty violated, nothing prevented, Syrian helpless, Russian inadequate, Iranian vulnerable, Israeli dominant, reality obvious. Skyfront states clearly, what next in shadow war? Iranian retaliation, proxy attacks, Hezbollah operations, Hamas coordination, cyber warfare, assassination attempts. Everything possible. Israeli prepared. Defenses strong, intelligence excellent, response capability, deterrence credible, escalation managed, conflict controlled. Regional stability, precarious balance. Skyfront remains vigilant. Subscribe to Skyfront where air wars break first. Real stealth operations, real combat validation. Skyfront delivers truth. Understanding modern warfare. Fifth-generation dominance, technology superiority, everything explained. Skyfront your source. Follow every strike, track every mission, understand every outcome. Air warfare intelligence, where Israeli operations break first.